Hello, everyone. I think we'll listen to this. How's everyone doing? I hope the answer's good. So, this is fun. Okay, so. I need to set up rider projects, my project car, clear. So this is a program I wrote way early on to allow me to easily make mods for summer car or winter car. There's a winter car mod, won't work on summer car. What is the name of the taxi? I actually forget. You know what? Do I just call it Taxi Tweaks? My winter car taxi. If it has a weird name, I'm gonna call it Taxi Tweaks. The mocked wagon. Okay, I'm gonna call it Taxi Tweaks. It should be made in home, Crutonium, rider projects. Oh, I need to go back additionally. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I just realized I'm looking at the wrong screen. I think. Or am I? No, I'm not. It's my tablet is showing the wrong window. There we go. I want to have a look. Okay, that looks reasonable. I actually had a lot of fun setting that up yesterday. And to have a reason to use it so quickly is fantastic. Anyway, so in order to start, we need to go and get some information from the game. we're going to be looking at the car itself. Tweaks we might be able to make to that. I think mostly just traction control, and that's about it. Honestly, we'll see.
Oi saatana!
That's not what I meant to do. Fair enough, though. There is a kill plane there.
Oi vittujen kevää!
Oh, it's not snowing this time.
No mitä helvettiä?
Oh, also, I discovered an LED mode on my keyboard that I didn't realize I had put in here because custom firmware. I can have a heat map, so the more often I press a key, the darker red it gets, and it'll start to light up keys around it too. So that's all kinds of fun. Really, the car is under. Really? Okay. It's not really where I'd go for that, but also it's really not the point. I didn't realize it would be under jobs though. What I am gonna do is go into extra tools. I'm gonna turn off needs. I'm gonna set the time to noon. I don't think there's a way for me to lock the time though, but that's fine. I can just set it again if I need to. Noon is really, really far down there, isn't it? Alright, so we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna work here. This is the new apartment. Hashtag, not really, but kind of. So, things we're gonna need to do. I'm gonna just put that up there. Don't need that. The Machtwagen. Inspect. Show on hierarchy. Now, when I made my sorbet tweaks mod, here's the source code for it. What I did first was I grabbed the sorbet by name. So we're gonna do that basically. Is this? Wow, Machtwagen is literally just called Machtwagen. M-A-C-H-T-W-A-G-E-N. Probably should have guessed from that. M-A-C-H-T-W-A-G-E-N. M-A-C-H-T-W-A-G-E-N. Okay. Game object. Game object. Machtwagen, yes, you are going to import that. And we are going to be finding the Machtwagen. All right, So, things that we're gonna want to do. Let me think. I'm actually gonna put that over there so I can see Twitch chat over here. Things we're gonna want to do. We're gonna want to be able to tweak the power, I suspect, would be a good idea. But do I want to do that first? No, I wanna dig into the job. Let's dig into the job a little bit. Taxi. Okay, we're gonna ignore case. We're gonna do type job. Taxi job. Okay, you got me curious. You're starting to take the car back. I think that puts us in job stage 3, though, so that's kind of neat. Settings. What settings do we have? Just controls feed that. And force feedback. Okay, so this is just driving. What about customer 1? Move, raycast, obstacles, safe target. Look this way, I guess. Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for there. Taxi walker, target point. I want to have a peek at this. Is a thing. Gonna have a look at the game's code here, which I'm very explicitly not going to stream. Because, reasons that I'm sure you can guess. All right, so the taxi walker So look at the logic in here. What I want to know is what's the... What one activate? No, hang on. Where is... Okay, so right now I think that's here. Oh, you know, I looked at suitcases there and I was like, hang on, what? Suitcases? And then it clicked because obviously those are going to be suitcases for the passengers, not the suitcases of money from Summer Car. Logic. All right. Interesting. Okay, so immediately noticing that right here, I believe, is where we can set the maximum amount of time. Yeah, I love me head pats. I think this is where we set the maximum amount of time for between calls on the phone. So state for number 2. And that is actually on here, so I need to copy that. Copy path, where are you? Copy. That's not at all what I copied. Oh, I copied the transform. And copy path. Could you use some Hey, oh, are you in one of those places where it's cold enough the trees are just like randomly exploding? Because that's a thing. Fun fact. It doesn't happen so much when you get further north. The trees are more used to it. Yeah, herd your trees or something. I don't know, but it doesn't happen as much up here. The temperature here is actually like pretty reasonable. Let me just tap the weather app on my tablet that is laggy just existing. Yeah, it's like -15, and I've got snow squalls. Feels like -22. Expecting 10 centimeters of snow. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not a lot. Maybe I'm just being Canadian, though. Alright, so I want to get the FSM for that. Let me consult my other mod here that I wrote previously. Here it is. So I need to get the... yeah. -50? Yeah. Is that... Well, to be fair, I'm talking about Celsius, not Fahrenheit. That being said, -50 Fahrenheit is still lower than -42, so it's still fucking cold. Alright, so I want to access Taxi Walker, which is... Is it possible for there to be more than one customer? I'm gonna guess no. So I'm gonna assume I just want customer 1 Taxi Walker. So I actually just want that. Game object dot find that, please. Actually, we're gonna call it Taxi Walker. -50 is -45.5, yeah. You know what's wild is there was a town in actually somewhat northern Canada a couple years back. They got up to like somewhere around +55-ish before the entire town burned down. And it wasn't because of the fire, it was just that hot. The hotness led to the fire. Alright, and I want to get the FSM. Which would be... There we go. Taxi Walker FSM, not mocked wagon. Go away. Taxi Walker Taxi Walker dot get components in children. I want to get Playmaker FSM. Dot to list. Dot find. And I want to find a Playmaker FSM. We're gonna call FSM where FSM dot name. Oh, I want to use FSM name probably. Saw that just low. Equals not Taxi Walker, but logic. There we go. And okay, so I want to select for state 4. Which would be you know what? I think I can actually... Can I just set max delay? I want FSM variables dot find FSM. Is it a float? When do we find out? It is a float clamp. And it is called max delay. And then let's just log that and see what we get. Mods, paste, stop, confirm, start. I don't know if it's actually going to find the value that I want, but we're going to find out. Ah, I think that's us right there, probably. Or there, one of the two. I should probably add some text to that. Yes, I wanted to bind that to that one, yes. Taxi tweaks, paste. Let's try this again, shall we? $77. That can't be right. Oh, hang on. That can be right. Because if I go over... Oh, jobs. Taxi job, customer 1. Inspect. Taxi walker. Yeah, there it is, max delay. So the clamp there is... I'm not sure what the clamp is setting. Where's state 4? There it is. Yeah, max delay has a... How do I set a float? How do I set the clamp? I mean, that certainly worked. Because it got the value of max delay over here. I could just disable float clamp. But that feels wrong. I want a different mod that I've worked on. I want to go to my GitHub so I can find the mods that I've worked on. I want to car my mods. Respect my sobriety should have what I'm looking for. Because I am looking for this. So that can go away. Actually, you know what? No, that can stay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over here, grab that, put that there. That's my reference browser. That window can go away. Alright, so I could just repeatedly set max delay. Or I could just, you know, modify this, the float clamp, in state 4, value 2. Let's try this again. I want playmaker extensions dot get playmaker state, and then I'm using the taxi walker or do I want to use B for this? Not B, but well, B. No, it has to be a game object, so yeah, actually I do want Taxi Walker FSM. Or Taxi Walker. I want to get... Is it capital state 4? That's the wrong window. State 4, yes. Oh, well, that's much easier. C dot C2. No, is it? C dot actions 2 dot FSM dot. No. How do I edit a value in there? How do we edit the value in there? Let me... Alright, so given what I have... Get type dot get field. That's not quite what I'm looking for, but sure. Min value, because that's what it was, I think. Yes. Dot set value to 0. Yeah. 1. Sure. Yes. And then mod console log, yeah, sure. I mean, we still need to dot get type dot get field max value. What does that actually return if I, like, don't set value on it? Oh, it's void. Okay, so I can't... Okay, fair enough. Well, short of that, I can just check, so... I'll do that instead. So it should set the values to 0 and 1. Which means I should theoretically just about always immediately get a call on the taxi. Aside from the first one, because it says 77, but I can change that. Okay. I cannot set the value, cannot set a float. Cannot be converted to an FSM float. You know what? That's kind of fair. Did it work at all though? Jobs. Taxi job. Customer 1 inspect. Taxi walker inspect. And it was state 4. No, it didn't. Okay, fair enough. I have no idea if that'll work, but it's worth a shot. I'm just glad the game loads as quick as it does, you know? Well, that's good news. Okay, let's have a look at the jobs. Jobs, taxi job, customer 1, target walker, logic, shit inspect, state 4. It did! It worked, okay. Okay, so I think we also need to edit I think we also need to edit that to match something. Anyway, let's test this, shall we? That's not what I meant. I want... that was funky. It's because I clicked on it through the UI. State 4 is currently the active state. Is that also true if I turn it off? No. Yes, but... gonna be him yelling at me again, right? Yep. I'll figure out what triggers that eventually. Fun fact, the Mach-Wagen being a diesel means it starts a lot better if you wait for the glow plugs. But why are we not... Oh, get back here. What state are we in? We're in save. Oh, now we're in state 11. Store results in wait. Oh, so that's where it determines. Okay. So I need to change state 11 as well. State 11 set 0. Yeah, let's set that to 110. Eventually that's going to end up being specified in the settings, but for now. Refactor rename. I want to rename this to state 4. Handy. All right. And they are called state 11. These are a mess. Min and max. Okay. Now I should be able to basically just get constant phone calls. He said, then realizing that that's actually not true because there is a penalty applied to me at the moment, but that's neither here nor there. I can just remove the penalty.
Voi vittu. Voi vittujen kevät.
Jobs. Taxi job, customer 1, Walker, Logic, Show. 11, 1 and 2, that's what I wanted to see. Now, in theory, it should process through this, and then pop back through 4 and then 11. Oh, how if I hang up, I suppose? Four, 11. And there we go. Rapid calls. Okay. Got to make all that configurable, and then move on to the next bit. Set up the mod settings. Yeah, just make it for me, please. Great method. Thank you. Private float? No, it's a private settings slider. Min wait time. Max wait time. And then we're going to want to make a .add slider. I wish there was like a digit input, but there doesn't seem to be one, so we're gonna call this min time, minimum time between calls. I just realized it didn't actually add the penalty. Interesting. I still need to deal with the whole getting fired thing, but that's next. I want minimum of 1, maximum of, I don't know. It defaulted to 999999, but nobody's gonna want to wait for that. 10 minutes is 600 seconds, so I'm gonna call it 600. Oh, it's because fair enough. There you go. Happy? Happy. And then down in here, we're actually going to have to relocate a bunch of that. I'm going to put it in an apply function. Settings.add button. Apply apply. All right, and I'm gonna want to put all of this inside there. How do I... What's the way to tell it when there's an error? Also, I'm gonna change scenes here. You guys have a better view. How do I make this happy? You know what, I'm just gonna do this. And then I want to set these to min wait time to get value, max wait time to get value, min wait time to get value, max wait time to get value. I also want to call apply at the end there. What else do I want to do here? So that just makes calls happen quickly. I want to figure out how the job is handled in terms of us getting fired and all that. Let's have a look. See if you can figure that out. Jobs, taxi job, logic, inspect. Now this is more or less where we just were. Call warning. Okay, so that the call warning is what's going on in the house right now. What triggers it though? Then set stage. And then it sets the job stage to 3, which goes to check stage. Job stage 0 doesn't have the job, I guess. 1 is tutorial, 2 is drive, 3 is warning. Okay. So if... Okay, but what sets... I want to figure out interesting. There's a framework here that you could set it so that it can't so that you never actually receive a... Like, these are all configured to just not care, but these would, by design, allow him to set different things to happen at different times. And right now, 11, 12, 13, and 14, the hours, which this is checked every frame for some reason, they all just go to proceed. But they're checking if the global hour is that, and if it does, then do nothing. If distance is larger than 40, okay. When you start the tutorial, which is kind of neat, it spawns it and it sets the interior temp to 23. Car temp taxi, interesting. Goes tutorial begin, enable stuff, okay. Car phone, spheres, ignition, taxi ignition, job stage 2. This goes to check stage, which then checks what stage you're in. Let's say we're in... Okay, but at what point does he... How does he determine that we need to be warned? Because this sends you to set stage, and then you get sent here. Okay, so float 1 is delay. Is that down in here? Yes, it is 520. If it is greater than fail. there a fail in there? Interesting. So basically I need the delay just can't be above. Okay, so if I set the delay to 5 and then I force it to go to check stage, then it shouldn't be trying to phone me. Of course, it might just be anyway, but
Jumalauta!
No se on. Avi harvainen kun saa soittaa. Vähän tässä katsoin, että ei oo tulta mitään ajoin sul. Onks se sitten, ei oo vahjassa vai...
what are the timers used for?
Eikö vaan kerjää ja huita ajella? No siis katso siukkaan ne on jo ajellut tuo niin jollei niitä ajoilut tuleva, niin mä tulen sen auton pois. Niin jos viittii siis vähän ruvet koittaa vähän ajella enemmän, niin ei tässä auto hastu pois. Tehdään näin. Joo. No niin, morjes.
What's my job stage now? In theory, he should be calling me now. So it should be ringing. Okay. According to this, I'm still job stage 2, though. Okay, so it immediately jumps to call warning. But it shouldn't be. Because ultimately, job warning should be not set because my delay is not higher than I think 520. Customer 1 is active. Game object, taxi walker, logic they have a max delay, which is stored in delay. Maybe I've got that wrong. Maybe that's about how long they're willing to. Yeah, okay, so he's back in the car because I've lost my job now. Okay. Alright. And if we force go to this one. I don't know if it has the facilities to get rid of him, but... Wow, it actually won't let me in the taxi? Wow.
Voi saatana! Voi saatana!
Ooh. It gave me a yeet.
Jumalauta! Voi saatana!
Alright, so... He's calling for the warning right now, or at least theoretically. There's a timer, I imagine, from the phone. I will say it's kind of interesting. There's two different sets of call logic for the phones. Kind of awful. I imagine he's probably going to want to merge those eventually, but I suspect probably not. And what is that timing? Oh. Time since the last job that I've done, isn't it? I just need to set that timer, well, or set those really high, one or the other. Okay. So on the taxi job, oh, okay, fair enough. But if I set that to like 1, and then activate. Oh, he's fired me. Or has he? Okay, so setting it to 1 does break things, but why? Oh, hang on, is it checking the timer to be low? Okay, what happened when I set timer to 1? I'm just gonna set allowed on work 1 and allowed on work 2.
Tämä ykkösmoodi on sit se, on niinku normaali taksa, arkipäivä ja päiväsaikka. Sitten kakkosmoodi on se, että Et se on niinku ilta-aikaa ja viikonloppuisin, kallioimmin. Sama aamuosi on sitten, että näyttää, kuinka paljon sä ajaa niinku ihan taksimittari vähän. Eli hyvä ajo kuinka paljon on ollut. Ja niin, tämä B-muodi näyttää sitten, mikä on sun niinku bruttotuoto. Kuinka paljon sä edes tienan asiakkaille. Ja mä sit nolla tämän, kun aikoo palkka maksetaan, niin mä laitan tommonen nollalia. Ja viimeinen on hauskia. Tässä on toi niin, sä pystyt...
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Lotto-tiliin.
Oh, what do you want to bet?
Anta sun lottonumeroja. No, näytä sillä itse.
Oh, that's his own. That's his own.
Rutiini niinku alus loppuun, kun sulla asiaa.
That's a taxi call. And there he is phoning me. And there he is in the answering machine. Okay. So, 5,000 seconds, I think, is how long you have to pick up the guy, which is very generous. Non-work 1 and non-work 2, which defaults to like 50,000, so. There is just chaos going in my game right now. Alright, 833 minutes, huh? I think. Yeah, 833 minutes. That's a long time. How many, divided by 60? Divided by 60. That's like 13 hours between jobs. Huh. That feels wrong. That's like, you know, that's 14 hours. So I basically need to set allowed non-work 1 and allowed non-work 2. And let's see. And I worked out to be 14 hours, which is 833, so let's call it 1,000.
Mut niin, nyt sit vaan resetoida taksimittari ja odotetaan seuraavaa asiakasta. Sun palkka, niin se on 40% siitä niinku maksuista, mitä tulee asiakkaille. Ja sit siihen lisätään kilometrikorvaus. Ja nyt on sillä ollut mulle niin kilometrikorvaus on ollut 3 markkaa ja 7 penniä per kilometri.
1.
Ja sit niin, mä kans seuraan noit kilometrejä tuolla noin
10,000.
noin kilometrejä. Eli noin...
Yeah, I'm gonna make it longer too.
Sä vois ajata 90% niin sanotusti omia ajoja. Niistä maksullisista ajoista. Eli sanotaan, näin jos sulla on 100 kilometriä ollut asiakasajoa, niin sä voi ajata 90 kilometriä omia ajoja, se lisäsi. Mut jos se menee ylite, niin se on sit niin mutakki, se kilometrikorvaus ostaa sun palkasta pois. Kannattaa siitä varaa, että ajaa toi niin omia ajoja ei sitä ajeta. Se on niinku se lähtökohta, et ei niinku... En mä rupsu maksava kilometrikorvaus siitä, mennään tuolla kaupoihin ja yli. Tässä sitten tämä autopuhelin on niin sitä voi kyllä käyttää soittamiseen. siinä sitten mä otan lähinnä kaikki nämä niinku puhelinmaksut, niin lähinnä ihan sun palkan mukaan. Et jollei pakko ole soittaa, niin ei kannata soittaa. Oikeesti, mitä kysymyksiä nyt? Kun on käyty läpi tää.
Weird that one was buried, but sure.
Sitä mäkin vähän liinasin, että on sen verran tyhjentävä tarina tuokioista. Ei mitään jäänyt mieleen. Niin, tää on kyllä vallan mukava auto. Mä olen tykännyt niin paljon, että melkein 500 000 on...
I wouldn't guess it had 500,000 kilometers now.
On kyllä niin hienosti palvelu. Mutta jos ei ole mitään, niin mä tästä lähden ja sulle hauskaa niin työiloa auton parissa ja muista olla asiakkaan mukava ja rehti ja käyttäydy hyvin ja hoida laukut ja matkalaukuja kaikki hienosti, niin ei ole mitään ongelmaa. Ja
Alright, so I want to set the FSM float.
Niin asiakaskaan ei
Taxi walker dot.
Mut näin. Ja hei, mä tästä lähden nyt ja morjens.
Ow. Oh, apparently I set it negative. And it's just called timer, I think? Yep. Does that work? I hope that works. Alright, now we need to set up the other two things there, which is the fire time and the warn time. Which actually should just be variants of this. Which would be loud non-work 1. Capital N. Could have sworn I did one in the last 14 hours, but apparently not. This will be a running time to get value times 60. Fired time to get value times 60. And that should default to 5,000 and 80,000? No, hang on. Should default to 833. Okay. And 1,333. I think that works. find out. No errors. I'm in the console. So jobs, taxi job, logic, variables. And then I want curse me and my, yeah. Why is that defaulting to 0? Oh, because, yeah, no, actually it makes sense. Didn't set the timer though. But that error isn't related to me.
We need to... Satana.
Interesting, the timer isn't ticking up right now. Why is it not ticking up, and where's my phone call? What are we doing right now? We are on call warning. Fair enough. So it's doing that because we are being warned at the moment. Timer's active now. Timer did not get changed. Why is the timer not being reset on taxi job? Or am I doing it on the wrong thing? I am doing it on the wrong thing. First of all, these need a scene default, which would be 1. Done. Because I actually need to get the taxi walker? No, I need to get... the game open. That's what I need. Jobs, taxi job. Yeah, so those are all pointing at the wrong one, so I can fix that. Copy path. There we go. Got the taxi job. So these need to be fixed. We'll start up here though. All right, that should set that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to tell it how to find the logic because it's finding the wrong thing. Never mind. Because it was actually still looking for logic. Okay. Just realized that I have no idea if it's errored out or not because I didn't give myself a way to know. But I think it did. Although this should work regardless. That should be setting the timer to 0. Although it's not printing any errors on any of those, so... Well, that might be part of it. That would make none of it work. Okay. What is the current state of the... What are we doing now? Call warning. Okay, fair enough. That's understandable because I'm pretty sure we were already there prior to the load.
Perkele.
Alright, what's our job stage now? 3. Okay. As far as I can tell, that should make us the next time it checks. One way to find out, though. I want check stage. Okay, that did set the timer. Oh. I think my taxi may have been repossessed. Okay. Job stage 1? Job stage 2. Which I'm pretty sure means that he's going to be... No, okay. Where is the back lot? Oh, he's not enabled. Is active, me to this. Yeah, okay. Oh.
Jumalauta.
Is this still mine? Yes. Okay. So it got disabled, but that's fine. So we're just gonna hang up on that and watch the logic tick through. Also, that was a really good one. That was a really close pickup. Neat. Bunch of them in here. Cool. Car is subtly rotating. Alright, let's see what state we're in after this, shall we? Scenes, capture, sources. Game cap needs to be above. Okay, I need to adjust that. That one needs to go up. No, not transform. Order, move up. There we go. I legitimately don't know what I'd be stuck on right there. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that I didn't try that. Okay. I think that works. I think that works. Okay. Assuming I understood all the variables correctly, which I don't know for sure, that should do what I hoped. But this is just me now checking the settings to see if it did the thing I wanted. Okay. I mean, not quite, but close enough. If I put that there and then that there, does that do what I hope it does? Not quite. I was hoping you would, you know, remove the the header there, but I can just have multiple apply buttons. Oh wait, what? There was an error there in the console that I didn't spot. Oh. Okay. How do I close a header, though? I don't know if you can. Oh well. I'll just put an apply button at the top then. I'm gonna have a... and a... Because it doesn't start with all-wheel drive or traction control. Is it AWD? Yeah, it is at AWD. And TC? Yep. And the mocked wagon is already there. Now I just need to get that, which is easy enough because I have this. Where are you? Got a point. There it is. Just gonna do this. The mocked wagon drivetrain. Haha! Alright. Because realistically, if we found it, it has a drivetrain, so. Mocked wagon drivetrain dot transmission transmission equals transmission dot AWD, but only if AWD. If AWD dot get value that. Else, I believe it is the Mach-Wagon. What is the Mach-Wagon? Is it front wheel drive? Mach-Wagon. Rear wheel drive, okay. What am I doing? I built a whole thing for this. Do that. And then I do this. What kind is that? That is a drop-down list. And I believe 2 is an all-wheel or rear-wheel drive by default. Oh, fair enough. And then to apply it, it was... That's the one. We're out of music, I just realized. Ah, 0 is the default for that. Okay. Yep. Rear-wheel drive is now all-wheel drive with traction control, which doesn't actually do anything yet. XWD does not work, which is true. I need to hook up traction control. How did I do that in the other mod? I need to get the Access car controller. And I call it TC. That got value. I'm also going to need that one. That doesn't go there at all. It was there. TCS min velocity. It occurs to me now that apparently I could set the amount of slip that's allowable. I'm not going to do that, but I could. What's the default weight? I actually don't know. I should find out. So I need to check in private settings slider. Weight. I need to check the weight in the rigid body of the vehicle. Mocked wagon. Where's your body? 11. Wow. 1110. Huh? Okay. Okay. Is that a float? It must be. No, that's a decimal. Well, far be it from me to say no to that. Although interestingly here it is defined as that, but sure. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna also give him a checkbox to make it an automatic transmission because I'm nice.
Voi vittujen kevää. Voi vittujen vittu.
Let's make it a nice light vehicle. Sure. The problem with having a really light car is it really struggles to corner. But it does go a lot faster. Go on. Accelerate. You know you want to. Probably help if it didn't weigh 1,500 pounds. See, that's the bugger of the thing, right? It weighs so much. Makes it hard to move. I wonder what kind of speeds you can get up to with it at like, you know, half its normal weight. Well, the answer is at least 140. I will say it's a little bit odd that my head is moving through the roof, but it's probably because I've edited the weight without restarting the vehicle. Oh, or it might be better head bob. In fact, it's probably better head bob. Better head bob disabled. What? Oh, well, no, I'm just testing. I'm just testing. No worries. I'm literally just saying if my head going through the top roof of the taxi was because of better head bob or not, basically. Of course, it doesn't help that it's now snowing, but no. Also, were you here this entire time? Or did you just happen to pop in as I did that? Like, no? I go to bed soon? I mean, fair enough. Oh, of course, now it's friggin'... Not feeling well? That's never fun. Can you tell that I've made the car 500 pounds instead of the normal 1100? Like, it's not turning basically at all. Well, I just narrowly dodged the bus. Yeah, let's see, because this is about how high the head was when I started driving last time. By the time I got to about 140, I couldn't see because the visor was blocking vision. So I'm guessing it's better head bob. It's the only thing I can think of that would truly be relevant, so... Yeah, it must have been, because, yeah. At this point, I'm going faster than I was. About 150 in the mocked wagon, which is kind of impressive in its own terrifying way. I love the floating shadow. $160. Speed wobbles slightly. I will not make this corner, by the way. I'm gonna die. Holy shit, I'm making this corner. Nope, no I'm not. Maybe I am. Nope. Holy shit, I made that corner. I overcorrected. Oh well. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely better head bob for that. Okay. I think I'm happy with this for now. MSC loader. You know, my browser still autofills MSC loader pro github.io every time I type MSC loader. I should go to my history and just remove that. Manage history. MSC loader pro. Delete. Here we go. Because it's irritating having it autofill that every time. Wiki. Metadata create. That's the command. Metadata create taxi tweaks. Oh, is it? Well, no. It should be right. Oh, there's a space in it? You know, I can do that. Manifest not metadata. I changed the wrong one there when I made that tweak. Oh wait, did I type manifest instead of metadata? Yeah, metadata create. It's register your mod. It's metadata. To update, it's metadata. I think manifest is maybe meant for something else. I don't know. And then winter car. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. You know, I'm always torn. Is this a vehicle or is it a gameplay? I think it's a gameplay. Well, that's a scam. Is there a way to report things on here? Does anyone know?
Saatana. Helvetti. Perkele.
I don't like that it gives a distorted view of the thing there, but that's what I want. Git add, git commit, initial commit, and make sure it's only what I want. Yep. You know what sucks is this link here won't work for like 15 minutes. quite literally, based on what I've been told, this page, I have to download the file before this will work. I'm sure Nexus loves me doing this. Sorry. Sorry. Alright, well that's that done. This is actually the longest I've ever seen it take for this to happen. 1325? Huh. How did I get one just before you? Or did you just upload this? 23rd of January. Yeah, you uploaded this, or you made this moments after I did. Huh. Yeah, it is. Meanwhile, it'll probably be like 15 minutes before I can do anything. I don't know why. It's not like I've ever uploaded a virus to the site. They would ban me for that. It's not like I'm not a, you know, not a person that does mods. For you, it shows approved. Huh. Oh, not my... Control F5. Now, maybe their CDN in Toronto is just slow. Because that's where the nearest CDN to me probably would be. Or New York. You know, I'm surprised that a mod that gets rid of the speed cameras has only gotten 154 downloads since yesterday. Meanwhile, 1,500 on Respect My Sobriety. Which is somehow actually more than I've gotten on the sorbet tweaks or the GUI tweaks. I'm not surprised on that one. But this one, a flashlight, man. Gangbusters. My project car? Okay, so basically, you know how I use Linux? It creates projects so you can build mods for winter and summer car on Linux with the latest template and all that. It just works. It just works. You just need to have Mono and a recent version of .NET installed. And it just works. That's how I started this. Hey, look! I'm in trending. I think I was here earlier, but hey, it's hard to compete with that. I'll be honest though. I really hate this for two reasons. One, that's very AI made, the logo. Two, they misspelled high beam. This one over here, I can't quite tell if this is AI. It feels AI, but it could also just be like Photoshop. It might be Photoshop. I actually do not see a difference on the left and right of this. But okay. Damn, they're just really cranking the depth of field. And the bloom. That's that bloom. Can you imagine? You step out of your apartment, you're drunk, and there's just a big truck parked there. But no, I hate the AI look of that. See, okay, so I still can't opt it in. Now, if I manually download it, so there is a download, and then I refresh this, does it now show up? Nope. Oh well. But no, like that I think that looked reasonably fine. But no, this, like, spelling error. And that logo just looks terrible. I won't say it's a bad mod. I don't know enough to say that. But like, the spelling error and the friggin' AI logo, just don't. I would respect you a lot more if you, like, slap something together in GIMP. Or if it's just what I do, where I just take a picture of the subject. You know what I mean? Yeah, here's the random person who's like, hey, I don't want to offend you, but did you use AI on this mod? No! Anyway. I just realized that there's one thing I want to do before I end this. A good stretch is up there, yep. Oh dear. Oh, okay, calm down. Calm down. What are you doing? I can't stretch that much. I'll break something. I'll tear a tendon. I'm dropping frames. You've made me drop frames. Unironically, though. Anyway, I am actually gonna head off. You have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright? Alright. Have a great night.